Alright guys, so today we are going to be taking a look at the raid equipment for the yellow element. So yeah, yellow element has been neglected for the longest, and even me, I'm doing like a really late showcase on the equipment. So the equipment is actually just this one. Let me actually feature it. So we have this one with the Psycho Gundam in the back. So this one is specifically to deal more EXQ damage. So it works really well for Zeta Gundam because of his utilizing his ability to activate EXQ a lot. So for Rina, Zeta right now is actually pretty dangerous because you can actually pop up a really high damage and EX skill, and you could potentially just one shot someone, or maybe two EX skill to one to shut down someone potentially. So what that's what we are trying to find out today. So I'm gonna hop into a quick raid or just a co-op. We are gonna see without this equipment how much damage we are able to do, and then after that we are going to try out the regular one, which is this one. We finally have this one. So whoops, thing on my screen, the cable is all right. There you go. All right, I do also want to show up this one where we elapse 30 seconds and then we gain 25% beam damage, while the special ability 1 and 2 we are getting the 7% beam damage increase and the accuracy up by 7%. So we shall try that out also. I think what I can do just for starter, we can use the one that has the initial nice percent damage. I know I have one in here somewhere in here. There's, yeah, this one. I should use this one for the baseline, and then we can walk into the other with the 25% to see what kind of increase we're looking at. Luckily now we have yellow Sasabi. We can use that one to kind of gauge as well. But I think for yellow Sasabi, it could be fairly hard to kind of gauge the amount of damage just because of the fact that we are constantly stacking damage with the pilots, range sense specifically. So it could be hard to get like a proper number. So I think Zeta is still going to be the best unit out there to kind of gauge, because there's not a lot of like variables looking at. So we have that. But other than that, let's hop into a quick co-op first, and we are gonna set some damage of the EX game. Just want to see what's going on, and then we'll come back around with this new Ray equipment. Alright, so I'm gonna put the tank right here, and then we will just put the Zeta right around here. It doesn't really matter. We can do 1 time speed, and then we can turn on the EX skill so we can see the damage. Alright, so we got it. So Banshee is attracted to the tank, so that's pretty much what we wanted. Gonna skip. Should we skip Penelope? I think I'll just play it. I just want to see what kind of EX skill damage we're looking at, just for some references. 39k, that's actually pretty decent right there. Alright, we have Zeta. Let's see what we can get here. I think I can quit after this one because EX skill damage tend to be pretty consistent, so I don't need to test any further after this. 54k, okay, sure. So I did equip the equipment already, so we are hopping straight in. So every time we're dealing damage, we are stacking up the damage roll. For this one, I'm actually going to sit this one out because I do want to see are we constantly getting higher and higher EX skill damage. So that's what we are trying to see. Okay, let's see what are we looking at. So this is going to be the initial shot. Should definitely be higher than 54k, I assume. So let's see what we're looking at. 58, okay, alright. I think it's safe to say we can probably, shall we do like a 2 times speed? No, I'll do it after this one. Actually, I'll do it 3 times speed as well. Why not? Because ultimately we just want to see what kind of damage we're looking at. And this is a permanent stack. Keep that in mind. This is a permanent stack. Oh, 85k? 85k, what? Sheesh, that's crazy. Jumping up to 85k, so this is the 3rd time. So that is bizarre. Like, but arena wise, there's no way we can stack that much because we just don't do a lot of like normal attacks to beforehand. 84 seems pretty constant right there, so just gonna give it like a 3 times speed right there, just for the shenanigans of it, because it's gonna take a long time. Okay. Alright, what kind of damage we're looking at? Not, yeah, we capped out. Yep. That's the problem with this unit, because we don't have like any damage cap increase. So it actually, yeah, Zeta is actually suffering because like we can't even hit beyond what we can do. Yeah, that's pretty sad, but I'm just going to end this. So I'm gonna skip this part. We're just gonna go straight into the battle report, and then we'll just kind of check things out at there. All right, so let's kind of see. I think I'm just gonna look at the last few of the report because ultimately I'm just trying to see. Yeah, capped out, got into capped out right there. So the equipment is good, but it's definitely not meant for Zeta. I think it's more for Sasabi, where we can always hit, because we do have the damage cap increase up to 200,000. So in terms of our EXQ damage, we should hit, if we do hit a lot, it should cap out at 299. So that's, obviously what we should be looking at. But man, that's crazy. Yeah, the equipment is good, crazy good. Okay, so up next we will try the other ones where we can stack, or not really stack, but oh wait, I have to do a benchmark first, and then we are gonna use the one that lasts 30 seconds, and then get the 25 percent damage increase. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take in these 3 units and then just kind of call it there. I don't want to add any additional buffers to kind of inflate our damage overall. So that's what we're gonna use. We're just gonna use this one, the one that right when the battle begins we're getting a 9%, and then whatever sub ability we have, so 18% in total. Same thing for Sasabi. I am just rocking the same thing just to make things a little bit balanced, and after that we will go into the other module. Alright, so just gonna jump right in. So just gonna be doing a 3 times speed, so we should be able to finish things up pretty quick here. Yeah, Sasabi is just doing a ton of damage, my gosh. I think overall I'm still going to be looking at Zeta. I think Zeta is still going to give me a fairly consistent damage, while Sasabi not really, because we do have to worry about if the direct weapon is landing or not. But seems like overall we're getting like a mid 60k for Sasabi, and then same thing for Zeta. So that's what we're looking at. So okay. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna have these set up like this, should be fine. Alright, let's see what we are looking at. So right now we are getting that up to 18% damage increase already, so everything is taking into place fairly decent. Wow, look at Sasabi going all out. So I think I will still rely on Zeta kind of like having a better true damage, because we have less fluctuation compared to Sasabi, but I think overall we are getting a fairly stable damage marker, so I shouldn't be too worried about it. But I don't know, man. I'm getting like a lower. Oops, do my cable, man, my cable. But I'm getting like a good 50k per damage per second from Zeta, while Sasabi kind of fluctuate in between, lower to mid 70s. So that's pretty decent, but I am going to take a look at the timer, because the timer is actually fairly important, because of the fact that we do have to elapse 30 seconds, whereas may not be that good, because if we are starting out at 31 seconds, we start to get that damage increase. But if we don't have a lot of time to take advantage of that, then that means for these short co-ops is not going to be good. For long form co-ops it is going to be better. So it still took us 97 seconds, so that's actually pretty good. So for instance, when we do equip the other one, at least we still have like more than half the timer to take full advantage of it. So we should definitely see a better damage from it. So, or I want to say better damage overall, but I would say we will finish things off a bit faster. But I'm gonna change the equips, and then we're just gonna go jump straight in. Alright, so we are back in, and I'm just gonna have the same formation. Shouldn't really change a whole lot. Alright, let's see. Are we doing overall better damage? I can't really tell at the moment. Still a little bit too early to call. I see. I think I'm looking at Zeta, and Zeta is not really performing as good as it once was, but Sasabi is definitely doing a lot more better. You guys can see we're creeping up to like the 90k. Yeah, almost 100k. Okay, we did not, but 90k was definitely a lot more than what we did initially. But for Zeta, for whatever reason, kind of choked out, didn't do as much, so that was fairly unfortunate. But let's see our timer. I think our timer is definitely going to be an indication of how fast we finish things off. 83 seconds, so we chopped off at least like a good 14 seconds. I'll definitely take it. I think a lot of problem came with Zeta. I think Zeta was just not performing Asuka at all. Just not even doing much. Not even sure what happened. Didn't, yeah. I have no idea. Yeah, don't even ask me what happened because like Zeta was definitely not. There was something wrong. Like unless Sasaki was just doing too much to a point where Zeta was just kind of like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Maybe I don't know, but overall we do see improvements. So I'll definitely take that. So, but there you guys have it. So finally, Yellow Element got his the well deserving equipment. Definitely has been a long, very long overdue. So definitely glad we have it. But other than that, that's going to be pretty much it. And I'll be catching you guys up on the next one.